Welcome to the Untrained Experts, a podcast for combat sports and fight news.
Welcome back to Untrained Experts. What's up, man?
Not much. What's up, podcast world? Back again with another one.
Yeah.
Bro, those Travis Scott you got are sick.
Thanks, bro.
You got a pair of shoes that was like only 30,000 pair made, don't you?
No, it was like 90.
Still.
It's still not much, yeah.
Let's say, you definitely got like a legit pair too.
Yeah, dude, they're dope.
I fucking love them.
I wanted to get them so bad when they came out, and then I just kind of forgot about them because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get a pair. And then these show up, and I went and looked at them.
The
and
lady probably didn't even know.
I watched a bunch of videos on how to verify and all this stuff, and then I went and looked at them, and they had it came with the StockX verification tag, and like I looked all over them and like compared every little spot that to the real ones.
I really want some Travis Scott ones.
Yeah.
That backwards Nike logo is the dopest part about the whole shoe, I think.
That's the part that I really like the most. The colorway is cool, but it's just something different.
Yeah, that's why I want them. Like, I mean, and on StockX they're like $700-800 cheapest pair.
Yeah.
So I mean, I saw a pair on GOAT though that was only like $350 today.
Really?
Which that's not terrible, but still.
You got to be careful, man. You just got to be careful that you're not going to get ripped off.
Yeah, dude. Imagine.
There's a lot of. I've seen some like really fake, or some fake pairs that are like really, really, really close to like OG, like the real ones.
Really. But
it's really hard to tell. You know what I mean? Like in some of those, I've heard of people getting fake ones from StockX before.
Really.
Yeah. So you just gotta be.
I thought GOAT was like guaranteed.
They're supposed to be, and so is StockX. But like I've seen some fake ones come from StockX.
Damn.
People get them and then realize that they're
refund?
fake. I don't know how it works.
Dude, imagine spending that much money and they tell you it's a
pair
verified pair and
so
you get
mad.
a fake pair.
I'd be so mad if I spent that much to get them and they were fake. I got them for a good price, but like,
crime.
Yeah, I went. I met these people up and I looked over them like real close to make sure. And like if they're fake, I can't tell. Like I watched
those
videos.
Shoes are fake, bro. Like they look exactly the right.
I watched a video with like
everything.
10 ways to tell, and like they matched every single way of the 10. I think it's somebody who didn't know what they had because on the description they said
whoever sold them to you probably thought they were fake for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, the person that was selling them had listed as hot shoes for sale. Like the hot popular shoes for sale or something like that.
What?
Like they didn't have them listed as a title or anything. I just saw the picture and I was like, all right. So I looked them over. I asked them to send me some more pictures, and then the next day I met up with them and like looked at them real close, and I was like, man, if they're fake, I can't tell. Like, and I've been watching video after video after video.
If you find some more, I'm trying to cop some too.
I will for sure.
I'll probably just flip them and sell them. Honestly.
Yeah.
If I could get them for a decent price, I would totally flip them.
Yeah.
Just put them on stock.
I considered it at first, but I've been wanting a pair so bad just to wear. And then when I saw these and saw the quality in hand, I was like, man, dude, these are so nice.
That backwards Nike logo makes me just want to have a pair to wear whenever I feel like it.
Yeah.
I gotta get a pair of.
Yeah, they're so different. Like I like them a lot, man.
They're just so stylish. Mm-hmm. You can wear those with anything.
Oh man, Jordan 1s are my favorite, hands down my favorite shoe of all time.
Yeah.
Like they're so. I have like 10 pairs of Jordan 1s now.
Yeah, if it wasn't like Jordan 1s and Converse, like my two favorite to wear.
Jordan 1s are just so. You can dress them up, you can dress them down, you can just wear them with whatever.
That's kind of how it is with Converse. You know what I mean? Like you can wear skinnies with them, you can wear regular jeans, you can wear khakis with them, like whatever you want.
Yeah, if you have like. I don't know, if you have like different colorways, you can wear them with just about any kind of outfit. You can wear them like with, you can dress them up and go out in public to a nice restaurant.
I've seen people go to like weddings and stuff with Jordans on. Like,
they're so dope, man. Yeah, I got like 10 different pairs,
I gotta
different
step my
colorways
shoe game up. It's just it costs so much money.
It's
I would be worse than Brendan Schaub when it comes to shoes because that's dude on super sneakerhead.
Oh yeah, me too, man. I try to find deals, but every now and then you find something you want that it's just not quite in that range where you can get it for real cheap.
Exactly.
So you gotta, you just gotta decide if that's what you really want. Save up for it.
Have the money to just ball out on shoes. Mm-hmm. Who are we watching that had like
Chris Brown?
Chris Brown. Dude. If any of y'all have not seen his shoe collection, just go look it up. It's insane.
Yeah, it's wild. He's got like a basement. It looks like a department store.
When I saw Drake's, but the Chris Brown's is like double.
Dude, he's got shelves.
It's literally his own like store, which he has his own clothing line, which that makes sense. Brenda had a lot of extra shoes and stuff, but he has like a shit ton of shoes.
Yeah, dude, he's got a ton of shoes. Like, when I watched that video the first time, I was like, damn, dude. This fool's got all kinds of shoes, man. He's got, like, a whole basement full of, like, it's like a department store. He's got shelves and shelves and shelves of shoes.
Dude,
like,
what I would do.
He probably has 2,000.
Can you imagine having, like, he literally has enough shoes to go 2 years probably and wear a different pair of shoes every day.
I'd be willing to bet he's got 2,000 pairs of shoes.
Exactly.
He's got so many damn shoes. It's crazy.
God. Imagine just waking up every day and being like, I'm just going to wear a different pair of shoes every single day.
That'd be dope, man. It's something about, I don't know what it is about shoes for me. It's like their originality. Like, you can tell a lot about a person by their shoes, you know what I mean? Like, you can wear something that fits you and just, like, express yourself in a pair of shoes.
Yeah,
you know that's how it feels to me.
That's
like,
why I really love, like, people who customize their own shoes. You know what I mean? Like, they'll just get a blank canvas. That's something I want to do. Just get, like, a blank shoe, all white or something, and start painting or something on it. You know, do your own thing.
Yeah, I've seen some really, really dope customs. Like, the crazy detailed, like, pictures and, like, paintings.
There's people who have, like, their own websites, and all they do is sell custom shoes. Like, that's kind of a business I want to have, just selling custom shoes and shit.
Yeah, there's some dude.
I've
seen this one on this, I'm a member of this one group. I think it's like a Facebook group. It's like a sneaker group, and this dude's name is Lacin Customs. Lacin. He does some dope customs on there, man. Like, I've seen some really...
Is it all just, like, painting and artwork?
Yeah, he does, like, freehand, like, artwork, like, airbrushing and all kinds of stuff. Like, he's doing some right now that I saw. He posted a picture a while back, or, like, the other day, that was, like, Alaska Northern Lights. Like, you know how the sky lights up for the Northern Lights over there? You can see, like, trees at the bottom of the shoe, and then it goes up into the sky, and you see stars and, like, green and blue.
That green Northern Lights stuff. Oh, that's super dope.
They're really, really dope. I'll try to remember to look them up here in a little bit and show them to you.
Yeah, honestly, that's, like, I think that, you know, if you get good enough at, you know,
I think this dude does it, like, full time.
That's
like,
what I'm
that's
saying.
his only job now.
If you get good enough at, like, the painting and the designing of a blank canvas with something dope on it, like, I mean, you can just do custom stuff for people and, you know, charge them more for custom stuff.
He'll have people, like, send him shoes and whatever they want him to put on them, then he'll, like, customize them and then send them back.
Yeah, that's super dope.
And sometimes I guess he'll just buy a pair of shoes and then customize them and then sell them or whatever. But,
do whatever he wants on them. If somebody likes them, they can buy them.
Yeah.
Dude, that sounds fun. Like,
yeah, he did some
some
Harry Potter Jordan 1s, and that they look really dope. Like, I've never actually seen Harry Potter myself, but, like, the style of them and everything, it was kind of like almost like a comic book style. So all the outline of the shoe was all, like, done in black, so it looks like it's drawn. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and it had different colors on it, and then instead of, like, the Nike checks, it had, like, a wand on one side and, like, some kind of blast on it. Like, it was cool.
Like, I mean, that's a shoe that nobody else has.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're completely one-off. Yeah. I've seen a lot of Dragon Ball Z ones, too.
Oh,
where people do Dragon Ball Z.
That's like the first thing I would do if I customize my own is do, like, some Dragon Ball stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, he does some really dope. He does some really cool shoes. Like, I've seen some on there that I didn't even know what they were, and I was like, damn, I want those.
Yeah, that would be sick. But you really can, you know, tell a lot about a person by what shoes they're wearing. Mm-hmm. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
I feel like it's just all about expression. Like, you know, you tell the kind of shoes you like says a lot about your personality and stuff. I feel.
Yeah, it really
does.
I mean?
And, like, the type of shoe you like. Like, if you see somebody that likes runners, like, that's all they wear is runners. It's like they probably work out. You know,
they probably run a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just. You can tell a lot about a person and the condition of their shoes and how well they take care of them and stuff like that.
Yeah, my white shoes get dirty.
Yeah,
you know, like
I mean,
my
you can't
Converse,
help that.
I just let my white Converse go sometimes. Which to me, like when it comes to white Converse, in a way, if they're dirty, like that's kind of just like you can tell they've been used. Like I don't like, you know, if I had like some white Jordans, I would want to keep them clean all the time. But Converse is like one of those shoes you can get dirty and it's still, you know, it almost like makes it. What's the word I'm looking for? Like
character, adds character.
Well, yeah, and it has like an older type. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you know, a grunge. Like I don't really know what word to explain that.
Well, I've seen a lot of people that like to beat on their shoes because they think it adds character. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they wear like canvas type shoes like Converses, and they like to get them dirty and like to beat them up a little bit because they think it adds character to the shoe, and that's cool. You know, if you feel like that. I like to keep mine as clean as possible. Like I want mine clean.
See,
you know,
Converse is the only one I don't trip about as much. But
well, see, I'm kind of like that.
Especially a Jordan, I gotta keep them clean.
I have some Vans, and I'm kind of like that with my Vans. Like I don't really care about them. Like they're just cheap shoes that I like to beat on. Like if I'm gonna go out and work in the yard, or if I'm going like work on my truck, I usually throw on some Vans and go do that like that because. I don't really have to worry about them. You know, they're cheap shoes and they can be cleaned. And if they get dirty, I don't really care.
Yeah,
you know?
it's not that serious.
Yeah, I try to take care of all my Jordans and stuff though, because I pay too much for them.
Yeah, plus they ain't cheap, so you might as well keep them fresh.
Yeah, you can get some Vans for like $50. You know.
Yeah, imagine having off-white Jordans and not keeping them clean. Like,
man, I've seen some for sale, like used, and I was like, damn, y'all beat the hell out of those.
yeah, they're still selling for $2,000 probably. Like something crazy.
Yeah. Man, what you been up to, Doug?
Not a damn thing.
I hear that.
Just working out. You know. Chilling. That's about the extent.
Oh yeah. We got some pretty good fights this weekend.
Dude, we got plenty of MMA to talk about. I know.
Yeah. I know Triple G fought too.
Yes.
He beat that dude in like the 4th round, I think. Knocked him out in like the 4th round.
I don't think anybody's beaten Triple G but Canelo.
Man, it's arguable that he beat Canelo in one of those, at least one of those fights.
You know, they want Canelo to win.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, who's beat Canelo? Floyd?
Yeah.
That's it. Isn't it?
I think so.
That's his only loss. They want to see him win. They don't want him losing because they're going to lose money.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, especially with that DAZN deal he had.
Wasn't
it DAZN he had a deal with? Yeah.
I think Canelo signed with DAZN too. Or at least he got an offer. I don't know if he actually signed, but I know
Triple G or Canelo?
Yeah, Triple G.
I
think he signed with DAZN, or he got an offer from DAZN. I'm not sure.
Canelo's was like, how much money did
800 and something million. He's making like $92 million a fight, I think. He signed like an 8 or 9 fight deal. He's making a shitload of money.
Like what?
Yeah. Or maybe it was 60. Maybe $60 million a fight.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll fight.
It's a lot of money.
You don't want to give me some money?
It's definitely a lot of money.
I would get in there and get knocked out with like 5 fights in a row for that much money.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You're going to come out all right.
Yeah. Just a few fights. Knock me out in the 1st round. I don't give a shit.
I'd be the same way, yeah. Just drop me real quick and let me get that paid.
Yeah. I'm going to get paid. I'm out.
Bro, did you see where Khabib signed a new multi-fight deal?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he signed a multi-fight deal with UFC.
So
he's going to be around for a little bit, but...
I mean, he could still retire if he decides to, but he'll just be locked in.
Said, in addition to UFC 242, Khabib has signed a new multi-fight deal with UFC per his manager, Ali. Terms not disclosed. However, they said there's a clause in the contract in the event Khabib ever fights GSP that's apparently already been negotiated.
Oh. Yeah, he's been trying to... He's still been talking about that. That's one of the only things I think that'll bring GSP back.
I think if Khabib is I think Khabib has to face Tony if he beats Dustin.
Definitely, yeah.
And if he beats Tony, then I mean, where do we go from here?
Yeah.
He's either got to go up in weight divisions or you got to put somebody in there with him that like a GSP or somebody else.
There's still a few guys I'd like to see him fight, but at this point, like if he beats Dustin and then he's somehow able to beat Tony, then I'd really like to see him against GSP or something. But at the same time, it's like it's a payday for GSP, of course, but like it doesn't really do a ton for Khabib if he wins. You know what I mean? He beat an old GSP. That's what everybody's going to say.
It's not like GSP in his prime the way I look at it
now. This fool's like 38 years old or 40 years old. Like
it doesn't help Khabib at all because if GSP comes back and beats him, then it's like GSP
he looks
is
even
the
worse.
GOAT.
Yeah, so it doesn't. I
still watch it, but like it's one of those things. It's like every moment that passes by, GSP is I mean, he's gonna be good no matter what. I think kind of like Anderson Silva's been good in his fights.
Yeah,
but it's like you're gonna get to a point where
he did look good against Michael Bisping. Though. He did look really good against Michael Bisping.
Yeah,
he looked quick. He looked fresh. He was crisp.
Taking all that time.
Yeah,
it's not hurting.
But I mean, even for his age, but
his age.
He looked really good. Like. Against Bisping, and I think if he was able to come back and beat Khabib, it would be, it'd say a lot. It would
GSP's
do a lot for his legacy.
Yeah, he's older, but also GSP is one of those guys who has taken care of himself pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? He hasn't taken that much damage in his fights. He's had a couple of wars, but like for the most part, he's been a pretty technical fighter, and he hasn't had to deal with that much damage. He's not like, going in there and getting blasted like some of these guys are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's one reason he can still come back and perform the way he does.
It just doesn't really make sense for Khabib at all. Like, if he wins, it's like, oh, he beat an old GSP. If he loses, it's like, well, damn, dude, you lost to an old GSP. It really doesn't do a lot for Khabib.
Either way, it's not helping him that much. I mean, you know, I guess you could say, hey, I beat one of the best ever, but
he is definitely one of the best ever. But he's also
to me, it's the same as Stylebender beating Anderson Silva.
Oh yeah,
it's no different.
Yeah.
Like you might not have beat him, you know, 10 years ago. Like that's not the same Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
It's just not.
And that's what a lot of people said whenever he beat him. It's like, all right, I mean,
well,
you
the thing
beat
is,
him,
he still gave him a little bit of a competition too. Like that shows
Yeah.
you how good Anderson Silva is.
Yeah,
he's just not the same fighter either. Like he needs to retire.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's definitely starting to show his age.
I wouldn't be mad about it though. Whatever they do, I'm usually pretty excited about. But
yeah, it'd be cool to watch if it happens. And I personally don't think he'll make it. Could be able to make it that far as champ. I think he's got a lot of, you know, like
there's just so many people in 155. Somebody's gonna catch him eventually.
I mean, you got Dustin, you got Tony, you got Cowboy still lurking, you got Justin Gaethje still lurking.
Connor wants to take your head off.
Connor still wants to fight you again. I mean, like he's so many people he's got to beat.
I mean, yeah, and the division just keeps getting stacked more and more.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always wanted to see him and Gaethje fight.
Yeah, that'd be a fun fight.
Gaethje, I feel like he still has to win at least probably 2 more fights before he's offered a title shot. He would have to, you know, beat somebody pretty good, which he beat Barbosa. That was a good win.
He's had a few really good wins.
But, you know, at the same time, like, he hasn't beat, like, a Tony level fighter or, like, even a Conor level fighter.
And he's beat several champs, like, you know, so he's on his way to.
Yeah, no, I like Gaethje. I love watching Gaethje fight. Like, he's probably one of my favorite fighters to watch.
Yeah.
But them talking about lately, Gaethje and who have they been saying they want? They've been wanting Gaethje to fight Tony.
Yeah. That
like,
doesn't really make sense.
Those rumors,
I saw where Ben Askren said that.
Yeah,
he was like, "Why haven't they made
Askren
this fight yet?" And I'm like, "I didn't. I mean,
where
that
in the
would be
world
a
does it
fun
make
fight."
sense for Tony? Well, first of all, where does it make sense for Tony to have to fight anybody else besides a title shot at this point? He should have had a title shot 2 fights ago.
Yeah, it would be fun to watch as a fan, but like when you're a Tony fan and you know how the game works and shit. I mean, it's like Tony should have had a title shot a long time ago. They never should have stripped him of the interim to begin with, and now he's done fought his way back up and beat a couple of really, really good guys. Like, there's no other option. There's no other option but to give him a title shot.
Not at all.
If they do anything else, they're fucking up.
Yeah, I
That's
completely
basically.
agree.
I mean,
I think they're shitting
saying.
on Tony's legacy if they make him fight anybody besides giving him a title shot next. Like, he deserves it more than anybody. You know, if Dustin wins, he deserves to fight Dustin. It doesn't. You know, whoever wins that fight with Dustin Khabib, he deserves the winner.
We've been wanting to see it for years. We've been wanting to see it way before Khabib was champ. They've tried to they've made the fight 4 times now, and it's fallen out 4 different times.
Yeah, he's just had bad luck.
Yeah,
but he still deserves it.
Khabib missing weight, Tony tearing up his knee. I mean, there's been several things, and Tony still wants to fight. I don't think Khabib cares either way, but like, you know, he claims he wants to fight the best, so.
Yeah,
Tony's the best.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't, you know, like we've said before, I don't think Dustin can beat Tony. I mean, I think it's hard.
Yeah,
it's gonna be real hard.
It'd be hard. I think that Tony's just too well rounded. You know what I mean?
I mean, okay.
Even a really good grappler, you go to the ground with him. Good luck. You know what I mean? He's really high level jiu-jitsu. You know, he's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. He can always do something. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. Yeah,
he's a really good scrambler. If nothing else, you know, if you're going down, he can scramble and make a fight out of it. You're not going to get him down easy.
Yeah, that's you know, with every fight I've ever watched of Tony's, I mean, all I can imagine is Khabib dragging him to the ground and Tony squirming his way up real quick, and they're back on their hands, and Khabib is going to be in trouble. Like that's what I see happening in that fight. Khabib, you know, everybody says Khabib's unstoppable, but he's not.
Well, see, the thing about Khabib is every time he fights somebody, he gets him backed up against the fence, and then he gets his takedown, and he's on top of him. But like Tony is a pressure fighter. He doesn't back up. He's not gonna. You come at him, he's not gonna back up. He may get in a little bit of a, you know, try to run around a little bit and get away from you if you're like coming in for something, but he's gonna come back around. And he's gonna put pressure on you again from a different angle. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, he's just gonna. The continuous pressure he puts on you scares the hell out of some of these guys. I think like nobody wants to fight him because he does not run out of breath. You're gonna that's why I mean I've always wanted to see a Tony Conor fight because I don't know if Conor can take Tony.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Tony just puts so much pressure.
It's
Conor's such a technical fighter. He is, and he's one of those that if that left hand hits you, you're done. Like that's with anybody. If he if he ever actually would have got a chance to hit Khabib with that left hand, it was over.
Oh yeah.
Like you don't get hit with that left hand
with
and not
Conor,
get knocked out.
It's a lot of technicality in his angles and his power. You know what I mean? Like he gets these angles on you, and he's really technical, and he places his shots exactly where he wants them.
Yep.
And if he can land one of those big shots, he knocks a lot of guys out like that. Yep. You know, he's knocked out legends like Eddie Alvarez. Like he made Eddie Alvarez look like a punk. You know what I mean? Like no offense, I love Eddie Alvarez, but like he outclassed him. You know,
that's what I'm saying. Just look at his resume. Like the dudes he's just ran through. I mean, you can't say this man does not deserve a title shot next.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
Yeah, Tony's definitely deserves it.
He should be able to chill until it's title shot time right now.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have to do anything but prepare.
Yeah, if we don't see him, because I mean he's on a 12-fight win streak. 12-fight win streak.
Like, how do you not get a title shot with a 12-fight win streak?
It's insane, man. Like, there's no excuse.
There's really not.
Yeah, dude. The last time Tony Ferguson lost a fight, women didn't fight in the UFC. Kamaru Usman and Henderson Cejudo had 0 pro fights. Ben Henderson was UFC lightweight champ. Anderson Silva and GSP were UFC champions, and the UFC flyweight division was only 2 months old.
He's been on a roll,
dude,
for years.
That's insane. That's insane stats right there.
Yes.
That was so long ago.
And the man has not got a title shot.
It's crazy, man. And he's had years off.
Like, to me, bro, Dustin and Khabib shouldn't even be able to fight until Tony fights.
He really deserves it.
That's the way I look at it. It's
Dustin's
crazy.
earned it for sure. You gotta look at Dustin. He's been in there. He's had 20-something fights, and without a title shot as well.
He does.
He's beat a lot of good guys, so he's worked his way up. He does deserve it, but it's hard to put him over Tony. Like,
statistically, you can't.
Yeah,
you just can't. Yeah. I mean, Dustin lost to Conor McGregor.
Tony definitely deserves it after Dustin for sure.
Yeah,
he's next in line,
else.
hands down. Like, there's nobody you can put.
I mean, that's crazy because we're not gonna know much until after that fight, which is in freaking September.
Yeah.
But yeah, something's gotta happen with Tony right after that fight's done. Like, I want a fight announcement.
Yeah.
Like 3 months from now, we get Tony and
November, December, somewhere. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Like
end of the year.
Yeah. Like he shouldn't have to wait that much longer for a title shot.
Shout out to MMA History Today on Instagram. That's where I got those stats from.
Oh, yeah.
They posted that the other day. It's insane, man. Like, that's crazy to have those kind of stats and not be or at least having a title shot. At least be able to prove that you can or can't be champ. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I guess we can go ahead and talk about him and Cowboy.
Yeah.
Tony and Cowboy had a great fight.
Yeah. You want to start with the beginning of the card? Or?
I was enjoying watching that fight. I really was. Like, I couldn't take my eyes off the screen. Yeah. I was like in love with that fight because it's a good fight.
Yeah.
The Cowboy's just one of those guys who'll fight anybody, and he's gonna give. It doesn't matter who Cowboy fights. He's gonna give him some competition. Mm-hmm. He's a tough fighter. He's just a tough dude. One of those guys you can't really knock out. Like, he's hard to knock out. He just sticks around, and they had a really good fight. And unfortunately, it was stopped due to injury.
Yeah. Yeah, the first round was really competitive. It was back and forth.
Yeah,
honestly, they were both landing a lot of shots.
Cowboy was putting some pressure on Tony, but Tony, we all know Tony's a slow starter.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of what that was. I mean, it's a combination of things like Cowboy, Cowboy's Cowboy. And he's going to strike with anybody, you know what I mean? But, Tony he's a slow starter, and he was just getting rolling. And they traded a lot. And
it's crazy to me. Cowboy likes to mess around, but some of the stuff he was saying before the fight, I was like, do you know who you're talking about?
Yeah.
Like, this guy is a savage.
Yeah.
He was like, I think I can go in there and finish him. I really do. He's got a kind of a questionable jaw, and he's just really loony and crazy. If you can beat crazy with crazy, let's go.
Yeah.
Well, he got kind of crazy in there. If anybody hasn't seen the pictures, like, just go look at Donald's face on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's he took a beating in that second round. Tony
second
completely outclassed him in that second round.
Yeah, hands down.
It's only a 3-round fight. Cowboy gassed out.
Yeah.
I think Cowboy kind of gave it all he could in that first round, and he didn't realize how much he was going to gas. Mm-hmm. But to be fair, Cowboy didn't really take any time off for this fight.
Yeah.
He didn't really prepare that way. He just jumped right in off the beach, probably. He got a call
34 days or something.
Yeah, he just fought not that long ago, and props to Cowboy for that. He's a warrior.
Cowboy's he's Cowboy. There's nobody like Cowboy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. There's nobody like him.
There really isn't. Not
his work ethic, his desire to fight anybody, anytime, anywhere. It's crazy.
That's what I love about him. Like, I'm a Cowboy fan, bro.
Oh, for sure.
I'll always be. Like, I love Tony too. I love watching him fight, but
Tony just outclassed him, outworked him in the second round. And
Tony was looking good. He got. It's like, that's so weird. Like, Tony might be trash the first round, and then he'll come out of nowhere like a savage. It's like he's just one of those people who has to get in there and get warmed up. And Once he's warmed up and fighting, like, it's not good.
I think he was surprising Cowboy with a lot of his power, too. Because Tony's a skinny guy, you know.
Some shots on him, and then, you know, there was that controversial hit after the second round.
I don't think there's any... You can't put too much weight in that. I mean, it's a fight. There's a lot of adrenaline going on. There's a lot of, you know, like... They're beating the shit out of each other.
Well, yeah, and I see a lot of people talking shit about him hitting him, saying he's the reason he broke his nose and everything. And first of all, I'm pretty sure Cowboy said that shot did not break his nose. Yeah, it was not that shot that broke his nose.
He didn't even break his nose.
Well, yeah, that's not the shot that you know, messed him up and got him to the point where the whole reason his eye messed up was him having to blow, like, he blew air out like you're not supposed to do.
He's trying to blow the blood out of his nose.
Even Rogan was sitting there commentating. He's like, "Oh, you're not supposed to do that." Yeah. He's like, "They all know not to do that."
Cowboy said it after the fight. He's like, "You know, I'm a veteran. I should have known better."
But that's one of those things, man. That was like a human instinct.
Yeah,
any of us. He couldn't breathe, so he's like trying to get air.
He couldn't breathe. He's trying to go to the third round. He can't breathe. He tries to blow the blood out, and instead of the blood coming out, all that air went behind his eye and pushed all the swelling into his eye.
Closed his eye, and you can't continue to
just close it up. I mean, it was like you can see it on the video. Like when he blows his nose, his eye, he looks back up, and his eye is completely swollen shut.
Yeah, I felt bad for him.
And he's kind of like freaking out, he's trying to push the air, the blood out of it. You know.
I hated that fight had to end like that. I really do.
Yeah, it sucks.
I mean,
it sucks to see it end like that, but like. There's a lot of talk about a rematch, and Dana White saying that dude, it really makes no sense for Cowboy.
A rematch, first of all, doesn't make sense because Cowboy was not going to win that fight in my eyes.
No.
He wasn't. Like,
and Dana White even said, like, after, you know, in the post-fight interview he said that Tony won the fight fair and square. There was no, that after the bell shot, it didn't do it to his eye, hit him in the face, you know, hit him in the mouth and nose area.
He always said he also is still, you know, he's sitting around waiting for the next fight or the rematch, but that's just what he says. You know what I mean? Like, Cowboy is the type that'll fight anybody.
Well, to me, this is why the Cowboy fight rematch doesn't make any sense. Cowboy has fought his way to the top. He's beat all these people on his way up. Just because he loses to Tony, who is ranked above him anyway, it's not going to drop him in rankings. So to fight Tony again, if he loses to Tony a second time, then he's going to drop.
Yeah.
Keep him where he's at. Tony fights the winner of Dustin Khabib, and then Cowboy fights Gaethje or somebody else.
I say Cowboy Gaethje is the best fight.
Yeah.
I mean, Cowboy can strike with anybody. Gaethje is the type of guy that comes in there and he's going to make it a show every time. Yeah. He's going to, you know, he's the type of guy to put pressure and, you know, he's just a really good striker.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my thing is Cowboy still put in the work to get to the top. Give him Gaethje or somebody else and let him stay right there. Let Tony fight the winner of Dustin Khabib, and then the Cowboy can fight the winner of that fight for the title.
I agree. And, you know, Gaethje's kind of been on a 2-fight win streak. He's kind of been on a run. He's 20-2. I mean, Gaethje's a fucking elite fighter, and he deserves to be in the top as well. But if he could beat Cowboy, that really solidifies him as, you know, as a top five.
Yeah, I mean, Gaethje's working his way to a title shot anyway.
So you need he needs to fight like that.
It's a title eliminator. They should do this thing is like levels. You know what I mean? They want to just give the biggest name a title shot, but it doesn't really work like that, bro. You got these people who have worked their ass off to get to the top that deserve a title shot. You need to put it in levels of where they're at and who they've beat. And let them fight their way.
Well, the thing is, bro, with these paywalls and ESPN now, I don't understand why it's not like that. Like, to me, if they're going to do that anyway, you know, UFC's got this great deal with ESPN. And, you know, from what I've heard, they don't care as much about pay-per-view buys as much as they did before when it was just...
Well, yeah, ESPN's paying them a flat... ESPN's paying them a flat rate no matter what.
So set up the correct fights now and treat these fighters, you know, how they should be. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the whole reason we love this sport of MMA is because that's how it was.
When you've got guys like, you know, Cowboy and Gaethje that have fought their way to the top, they deserve... I mean, they're in the line for a title shot. You can't just give them... You can't give everybody a title shot at once, obviously. You know what I mean? All these guys want it. They all deserve it in their own right.
Yeah, it's got.
But you got to pick the guys who have beat the most guys and who have been on the biggest streak and who have done all these things. Cowboy's on a 3-fight... Or he was on a 3-fight win streak going into this fight, but now he lost.
Yeah.
So you don't... He doesn't need a rematch with Tony.
Why would he rematch Tony, who hasn't lost since, what did we say? I mean, how long ago?
Yeah. He's 12 fights. I mean, it's been years.
On top of that, just look at them after the fight.
Yeah.
I mean, if it went to decision, Tony's winning that fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because third round, he would have been fine, and Cowboy was been, you know, destroyed already after that.
Cowboy was already
round.
touched
That fight
up.
needed to end for his sake, really. I mean, in my opinion, I think Tony was going to close it out and possibly knock Cowboy out in the third round.
It's very possible.
If he kept doing that.
It's very possible because Cowboy was trying to strike with him.
Yeah, and that was
Cowboy's got good jiu-jitsu, but so does Tony. So even if it went to the ground, Tony might even still be favored on the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the rematch really makes zero sense. It makes zero sense for Cowboy because if he was losing that fight. If he goes in and loses again, then he drops. Keep him where he's at. Give him somebody else at the top of the division. Yeah. Let Tony get his shot that he's deserved for years now.
Yeah, that's what they got to do.
And then Cowboy can get the winner. Or Cowboy can fight Gaethje, and if he beats Gaethje, then he gets the winner.
Yeah, and to me, it's like, how long is Cowboy going to be around anyway? You know what I mean? Like, the chances of him getting back to a title shot, I think, are slim with the competition at that weight.
Yeah, if he drops down in rankings, the odds of him working his way back up to the top and then getting title shot.
Cowboy at 170. I mean, I don't know. I think he looks better at 170. Yeah. But I don't know if he feels better at 170. But I think he looks better. I
think he felt better at 155, and that's why he came back.
You think?
I think so. That's why he wanted to fight at 155. I think he just felt better at 155.
Yeah.
He did look good at 70, but we can't tell it.
Yeah,
nobody can tell him what to do.
It's just wherever they get comfortable. I think.
Yeah.
And a lot of times why they don't want to switch divisions is because you have to get used to that weight. Mm-hmm. And you're going to need a fight. It's like if you go up there and lose, like Max lost to Dustin. You know what I mean? It's sometimes, to him, it's almost not worth it to stay at 155 and try to, climb to the top at 155. He went in there and tested the waters to see how it was. And I don't know if he liked it very much, and that's...
Well, that's one of those things like...
They're talking about him fight... Who are they talking about him fight next?
Max?
I think there's talks of him and
I think they were saying Frankie Edgar
rematch.
Yeah.
I think there's talks of Max and Frankie Edgar. That's a good fight.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight.
That's always a good fight.
I think they fought before, haven't they?
I think so.
I think they fought once before. I think Max beat him before.
I don't know who beats Max at 145. I mean, really.
So it'd be tough.
Connor, if he went down to 5,
I could see.
Even then, I don't know if Connor can beat him.
Yeah, I could see if they fought again. I could see Brian Ortega maybe giving him some problems in the next fight. I mean, he kind of got outclassed, but he didn't. He just tried to strike with him. If he would have taken Max down, if he would really put some effort into taking Max down, he could have really given Max some problems because his jiu-jitsu is so high level. Yeah. And Max is mostly a striker.
Max he's like Tony with the pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you almost don't even get a chance to take him down because he's in your face the whole fight, and he has that insane cardio that just keeps going.
Yeah. If they end up fighting again, I could see that. I could see Brian Ortega giving some problems. But other than that, I mean, I don't really know who else.
Yeah, I don't know about 45. I just felt bad for Cowboy.
Yeah.
He was like, I think that was the fight everybody wanted. I'm sorry, I don't quit, I don't back down. I just wanted to keep fighting. But, bro, you did not need to keep fighting. I mean, you did not look good. I mean, he looked like that fight needed to be stopped.
Yeah. Yeah, there was.
I'd rather them stop it and him not have any more permanent damage than it to come to something worse.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to talk about the whole card, the prelims, we had Ricardo Lamas and Calvin Kattar. It was a first round TKO.
Fight didn't last long?
Yeah, no. I think I saw something on ESPN earlier where Ricardo Lamas had some kind of fractures or something from that knockout. And he got hurt. It wasn't just he didn't just get dropped. I mean, he hurt him.
Damn.
Yeah. And then the women's strawweight, we had Alexa Grasso and Carolina Kowalkiewicz. Decision for Alexa Grasso. And then Aljamain Sterling, Pedro Munoz.
Good fight, man.
Decision.
I got to catch that one.
That was a really good fight.
Sterling looks good,
man. Yeah, he's been looking really good. He's been on a streak.
He's got the ideal MMA body too. Just you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not if it doesn't work out in MMA, I mean, he could probably go do a lot of other shit.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see. He's
looking good lately, though.
Yeah, this is a 4-fight win streak. His last loss was to Marlon Moraes in 2017, and before that, he won 2 in a row. So I mean, he's been on a streak.
Him and Moraes rematch?
I'd like to see it.
I think that's a good fight for him. Yeah. And if he beats Moraes,
honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing him get a title shot.
You think? Yeah. You think it's time for that already?
Yeah. Or maybe one more.
Yeah.
Maybe if they have somebody else in mind. If it's up in the air and they don't know who to give him, I would say he deserves it.
Yeah. Why not? I mean,
Henry's wanting.
We got to give somebody to Cejudo. I mean,
he's wanting top guys. Yeah, I mean, you got Dominic Cruz.
I think if TJ comes back, TJ has the ability to beat Cejudo at 135.
He's got a while though, man. He's got another year and a half.
Yeah, it's terrible.
He'll be out.
That's terrible.
You look at you got Cody Garbrandt, who's on a 3-fight losing streak. He's not going to get a title shot right away.
Nope.
You got Dominic Cruz, who's always near the top of the division, but he's been hurt for a while. He's been out for a while. He wants to fight Cejudo in the post-fight little press conference thing, or not press conference, but like interviews where they bring everybody up.
Yeah.
It was John Anik, Dominic Cruz, and Michael Bisping all bringing people up, and they had talked about it beforehand. And saying that, because after the fight, Cejudo called out like 3 top guys in the division or whatever, saying he wanted to fight Uriah Faber, Cody Garbrandt, and Dominic Cruz, and then whoever at 155 wants to fight, or 145 wants to fight. He said he wants to move up and get that belt too.
Is he trying to do triple? Is he trying to be the first triple belt holder?
He says he wants to. I don't think he's got it in him, but
145?
That's a big jump, going from 125 champ all the way up to 145. Come on, bro.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
Cejudo
I'll give it to him.
Super talented. His wrestling is elite. It is, but so are a lot of guys at 145.
And you're not going to jump straight to the title.
If you think Max is letting you just take that belt, you're out of your mind.
And you're not going to.
I don't think he can beat Max, bro. Mm-hmm. There's no way.
Yeah.
Or Brian Ortega. I think Brian Ortega handles Cejudo.
Yeah. Going to 145 wouldn't make sense anyway, just because you're not going to go straight to a title shot.
No,
your first fight at 145.
At least 1 or 2 fights.
Yeah, and then what happens when you lose? You know what I mean? It looks bad on you for going up and losing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People felt the same way about Max. It kind of looked bad on Max for going up and losing to Dustin, even though it shouldn't. It really shouldn't. But when you're talking about public perception, you're talking about people who aren't really big into the fight game, who don't know this shit. They see a guy fighting another guy and he loses. Yeah. And when he looks bad against somebody else, like if Cejudo goes up and gets starched in the first round, to the average fan, they don't realize he went up a weight class. They probably don't know. They just see a guy go in and get knocked out in the first round. The next time it sees him fight, they're like, oh shit, that's the dude that got knocked out in the first round last time.
Exactly.
Because he was running his mouth. You know what I mean? That's how people are.
You don't want to, distort your public image or like
there's
the way people perceive you as a fighter either. Like you don't want to, you know what I mean? Like
there's a very big
like to me, if I'm Cejudo, I'm chilling right now. I mean. If he really thinks he has it in him, then go for it.
Yeah.
But what are you really doing? Yeah. You know what I mean? Even if you get that third belt, what are you really doing? You're not gonna hold down 3 weight.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't be the champion of 3 divisions. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you got to defend.
I don't even know if the UFC would want that.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean?
They wouldn't, because it's gonna lock up 3 different divisions. They're already talking about what is he gonna do? Is he gonna defend in both? Dana White said he very well could defend in both, but I mean. That would mean his next fight needs to go to 125, which means it puts 135 on hold. Then he's got to come back to 135.
I just don't like that. I don't like the champ stuff. I don't care about the hype. I mean, it's cool and all, but it's almost something I wish they would put a stop to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just stay in your division.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You should.
Well, I mean, I don't have a problem with it if you're going to go up and stay there.
Yeah.
If you DC, if you plan on going up and staying there and you want to give up that other belt, that's cool.
Exactly.
And I would like to see somebody defend in both divisions. Like if they just can't, if nobody can beat them, like kind of like Amanda Nunes' situation. Like there's nobody really for her to fight at 145. She went up, she beat Cyborg, she got the belt. Now she can go back to 135 defend that belt, and that's cool because there's nobody really for her to fight at 145.
135. I think. I mean, who's the one girl that gave her problems? We just saw it this past weekend.
Oh, Shevchenko?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the only girl that's really given... She's the only one, I think, that's really given Nunes, like, real problems.
Yeah.
They went 5 rounds.
Yeah.
And it was a great fight.
But she went down a weight class. She's at 125 now.
Who, Shevchenko?
Yeah, so Nunes would have to go down another weight class, which would make her triple champ if she beat Nunes there.
Oh, God.
She's double champ right now. She's champ at 145, 135. Because... Am I wrong about that? I'm pretty sure I'm right. I'm pretty sure she went up to 145 to fight Cyborg, and there's not really anybody at 145. No, she was already champ at 135.
She just wanted to beat Cyborg, really.
Yeah, so she's double champ right now. If she goes down to fight Shevchenko, she'd be triple champ. If she beat her. If she beat her. I mean, Shevchenko's a monster. We've seen that. We've seen that over and over again.
Oh, man, if there's anybody out there that has not seen that yet, go look at the knockout Shevchenko this past week in the co-main event.
But, I mean, like,
absolutely
what I want to say before we get off of it, right now there's a lot of guys that could fight Cejudo, a lot of guys that have put in the time, put in the work to get a title shot. I definitely think Aljamain Sterling is in that. Is in that top.
One of the top 3, I think, in that division. Yeah,
he's been on a win streak for a couple of years now. I mean, he's 4 fight win streak, something like that.
Plus, I like the dude. I mean, he really is he's just a cool guy. He's super nice. I think he just deserves.
He looks good. He speaks well. He's talented. I mean, he's beating people.
He represents.
He's not like a knockout artist per se, but I mean, he puts in the work, and it's 3 to 5 rounds. Damn, I can't talk. 3 to 5 rounds of really good, really good fights. I guess probably 3 rounds. I don't know if he's had any main events. I don't know. I don't know if he's ever went 5 rounds. But Aljamain Sterling liked our post on Instagram, so I mean,
we gotta let everybody know that.
That's not why I'm saying all this, but that's also why I'm saying all this.
Like Aljamain Sterling, he really did happen to like a picture on our Instagram, one of our latest posts, which is super cool to me, bro.
Yeah,
Just to get any, I mean, it's it's a legit like. I wonder, do they just go through hashtags and stuff? Because we put hashtags on our stuff.
Yeah, it's either that
or it just pops up in their feed.
I use this hashtag, but I also tagged him in it. And at the time that I did it, I made the post at 9 o'clock at night, and he might have just happened to be on his phone and saw it pop up or something. I don't know if it was that or if some of them may check hashtags and stuff like that. It would have been weird to me.
It's cool that we tagged him in it though, and he liked it. You know what I mean? That shows that he somewhat checks his tags.
Yeah,
and stuff.
For sure.
I mean, dude, to me that's just exciting.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't look to see how many followers he had, but
he has a decent amount.
Yeah, he's definitely got
not a million, but I mean, he's
definitely got a good handful, and for him to see it and like our post, that's awesome.
Yeah, if you're not following us on Instagram, go follow us at Untrained Experts. We post every time we upload an episode there, and we'll post a lot of fight news and upcoming fights and different stuff on there. So
try to pay attention to all the big fight news and get something out about that.
We're just trying to grow. Yeah, anybody can help us. We're whatever anybody can do.
So
reach out to us. Let us know something.
Yeah,
we want some feedback.
After that, to wrap up the prelims, Tatiana Suarez, Nina Ansaroff. That's a pretty good win for Tatiana, I think.
Tatiana did a title shot next, right? I think. They're talking about giving Tatiana a title shot.
They should.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that, but they definitely should.
Yeah. I mean, she deserves it.
Yeah, she does.
She's been doing really good lately.
Yeah,
I think. Well, that's what I saw. Is at the press conference after this past weekend. Somebody said something about Michelle Waterson getting a title fight, and he was like, Michelle Waterson. He's like, she's not high enough in the rankings for a title shot.
That's fucking bullshit, man.
He's hating on.
They put too much weight into those damn rankings. Those rankings aren't. They're not. They don't mean anything.
They don't define the fighters.
They're not
themselves.
I hate when I see shit like that.
Oh, it pisses me off.
I did see.
The thing is, Karate Hottie has been going off.
Yeah.
I mean, she has been consistent. She's a good representation of the of the fight game. Period.
Yeah.
She's super nice. Plus, she's hot. I mean,
and she looks good for the company. Yeah, you know what I mean.
That's what I'm saying.
You're gonna get more eyes on the fight just because she's attractive.
Does that, though. I mean, the face he made was just like he doesn't give a shit.
He's such a douche, man. The shit he says sometimes, he probably doesn't even realize who it is. He's never heard her called Michelle Waterson. He's like,
oh, Karate Hottie.
If they would have said Karate Hottie, he'd been like, oh yeah.
Yeah, she does the triple double shot. Yeah, I don't know,
such
bro.
A fucking. Oh man.
Yeah, he acted like she wasn't high enough in the rankings, so I guess they're gonna. That's what he said. Tatiana's probably gonna get.
Yeah. Well, I did see ESPN earlier. It said that the strawweight title fight between Jessica Andrade and Weili Zhang is they're in the works to headline UFC Fight Night on August 31st.
That's not a bad fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather see. I guess it's a little too early for Tatiana, but I mean, I'd rather see Michelle get it than her.
Yeah, me personally too.
Yeah,
I don't know. Do you think Rose will come back?
I don't know. It's not seeming like it.
She doesn't seem like she really cares, bro.
Yeah. I mean
she's already proved herself.
She may want to take some time off. I think if she decides to take some time off, and then if she decides to get back in there, she definitely could go right back to title shot. She can get the rematch.
I just like Rose.
It's weird that they're putting Jessica back in there that fast. You know what I mean?
That was quick. Yeah. I mean, whenever they thinking about setting that
August?
fight for, that's not long.
Yeah. She just fought.
3 months. Yeah, 3 months after her last fight. Probably.
I mean, maybe she's trying to fight a lot. And she asked for it, maybe, but
yeah.
I mean,
plus she just went. Well, didn't she just? What happened after the fight? Didn't she get robbed in Brazil?
Yeah, she got robbed at gunpoint or something.
Don't live in Brazil.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you got money now.
Yeah.
You need to get up out of Brazil.
But Tatiana was impressive in that win over Nina Ansaroff. I mean, she looked good in that fight. her wrestling was obviously as good as we knew it was. You know, she didn't have any problem taking her down. Nina was able to kind of read what she was doing a few times and stop some takedowns. She was able to, you know, I don't know what the actual stats were, but at one point, you know, she had definitely stopped a few of Tatiana's takedowns, and he forced her to stand up a little bit.
For sure.
Yeah, but I mean, for the most part, Tatiana was pretty, you know, she handled it pretty well. Towards the end of, was it the third round? She kind of got in a little bit of trouble there. Nina Ansaroff was landing some pretty good shots, but you know, she just in the post-fight thing, she said she got kind of comfortable and tried to get a little bit silly.
Yeah,
where she wasn't really focused as much, you know.
Yeah, she thought she had it with some of these fighters. If they don't feel like they're in trouble at all, there's fighters like that. Like I think Tony's one of those fighters. Like if he doesn't feel like he is in some kind of danger,
he starts getting a little wild.
Yeah, like he just kind of does whatever.
Well, kind of like John Jones. I mean, he's been so dominant. Like when if he gets comfortable in there, he starts doing all kinds of crazy shit, like spinning elbows and like all these weird.
Well, we got him coming up again. So
yeah, when he was fighting Anthony Smith, he was like, he kept punching him in the knee.
So, yeah, he's doing the most random stuff.
I think he was trying to like make Anthony feel like he was going to go for a takedown, or maybe trying to get him to block low. But why not throw a leg kick? You know what I mean? If you're trying to hit him low, why not throw a leg kick?
He's probably just fucking with him.
Yeah, I think he's just kind of messing with him.
John Jones is.
Yeah.
It's hard to find somebody. Which we got to fight. I'm gonna be on the beach when he's fighting.
I'm
super excited for that.
Yeah, July.
Heck yeah!
I'm looking forward to that.
July 4th card.
6th. It's actually on the 6th. It's the weekend of the 4th. Yeah, it's on the 6th.
Dude, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
Hell yeah.
So main card, Blagoy Ivanov and Tai Tuivasa. I hate to see Tai lose that fight, man. He lost the decision to Blagoy. It wasn't really it wasn't a great fight. I mean, they were landing a lot of shots like early in the rounds, but you know, as big guys, they get kind of tired. Yeah. You know, they get kind of tired.
There's some big old boys too.
Yeah,
it's understandable. They're not like it wasn't like.
I think by the second round they were both pretty winded because the first round was good. The first round was a really good fight. They were they were throwing everything they had, but you know,
that's just a heavyweight fight.
Yeah, that's what happens.
A lot of these heavyweight fighters, I mean. You know, not a lot of them are equipped to go 5 rounds or 3 rounds.
I'm glad he didn't get knocked out, but I like Tai Tuivasa a lot. I like his personality. You know, he was on Ariel Helwani's show the other day, and he was on there joking around with Ariel, and he told him that he was going to dedicate his walkout song to him, and it was like some kind of like love song. It was funny.
I remember that because I was watching it, and Rogan just started laughing. Yeah. Like he didn't even comment on it. He was just laughing. He told
Ariel, he's like, I'm going to dedicate my walkout song to you, and Ariel's like, all right, thanks, man. And then he's like, walks out to a love song. It was hilarious. So but after that, Jimmy Rivera and Piotr Jan, I think that's how you say that. I was saying Peter before, but I think it's Piotr because he's Russian.
Yeah, that was a decision. Get half these names right.
And that was a pretty good fight. I think they made the right choice for the decision, but you know, it was pretty good.
A lot of people thought it was controversial a little bit, but I mean. It's so hard to tell with these decisions.
I wouldn't have been mad to see it go to Jimmy, but you know, maybe a little biased there. I like Jimmy Rivera, so but I think
that's what a lot of people's problems are. They just like Jimmy Rivera.
I wasn't mad to see. I mean, after watching the fight, I wasn't mad to see Piotr get the decision.
No, not at all. I mean, a lot of people said Jimmy got robbed, and I was like,
it definitely wasn't that.
It wasn't a rob, really. It was. It was a close fight.
Yeah, it was definitely. It was a close competitive fight, and it's one of those ones that it's the same thing with anything else. I mean, like. You look at movies, anything. You're never going to make everybody happy. It's a lot with the Game of Thrones thing. How like so many people are upset about it. You can't make anybody happy or make everybody happy no matter what you do.
It's impossible.
So I mean, you pick one guy to win. Everybody thinks the other guy won. You know what I mean? It's
always like that.
Yeah, but you know, I think they made the right choice
for sure.
And then we had Tony Ferguson, Donald Cerrone. That was the second round TKO stoppage, doctor stoppage. For the
unfortunately,
the swollen eye, he just couldn't see. I mean, he kept, Cowboy. He wanted to fight. He kept trying to get him to let him go, but I mean, his eye was completely closed on the one side. You know, I felt like I was watching Rocky. I thought he was gonna say, "Cut me, Mick." you got to cut me.
Yeah,
like Rocky.
Yeah, he didn't give a shit. I mean, that Cowboy's a warrior.
That's what he wanted. I mean, he was pushing that. He's trying to push the air out in the blood. He had blood dripping all over him and stuff. I was like, damn, that's gotta hurt.
I mean, the fight needed to end, I think.
Yeah.
You know, there was just, after he did that, there was too much.
I mean, after seeing the second round, I'm not sure I wanted to see a third round. Like,
I don't want to see Donald get
Cowboy was
knocked out.
getting
Like,
kinda,
I like both of them, you know what I mean? Because, like, so part of me is like, I'm kind of glad it ended like that, so it didn't.
See, that's what I told my dad. Like, he asked me who I was going for, and I was like, man, I want to see. I don't want to see
both of them win.
Yeah, I don't want to see Donald lose, but I want to see Tony win. I'd rather see Tony win.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah, I just think Tony, because you know, being that Tony deserved a shot before.
Yeah.
He deserved a shot a long time ago. So that's the main reason I
anybody else,
Tony, and I wanted to see him win.
Literally anybody else in that division, I'm pulling for Cowboy. But against Tony, I'm like, man, I really want to see Tony win.
Yeah.
You know, Tony's deserved it for so long. He's coming back after all this stuff. Yeah, and he just really, you know, it was his time to get a victory, really. I mean, he's been on this win streak, and I would hate to see it end right before he gets a chance at a title shot when he's earned it and needed it for so long. You know what I mean?
I agree.
You know, like I said, anybody else, I'm picking Cowboy. I'm pulling for Cowboy.
It worked out the way it did for a reason.
Yeah, right? And honestly, I would rather see this than to see it go a third round and see Cowboy get knocked out. You know what I mean? I didn't want to see that. I didn't want to see. You know,
the last thing
I wanted to see it be a good fight and go to decision, which I'm not sure would have happened after seeing that second round. You know what I mean? No offense to Cowboy, but
yeah, no offense. But after that second round, you know, unless Cowboy just came out and destroyed in that third round or knocked out Tony somehow, that's the only way he's winning that fight.
It didn't look like it was going that way. Tony was never really in any trouble. You know, Cowboy was landing some good. He was landing good punches. They were both landing good punches in the first round, but that second round, I mean, Tony just took over. You know, I can't remember what round it was when Cowboy took Tony down, but he didn't stay down. He didn't have any problems getting back up.
Yeah,
he just did his thing and was back.
Yeah, he slithered right out of the hold.
He's just so high level.
I don't know who beats Tony. I don't even know if Khabib beats Tony. I really don't.
Well, he said in the post-fight conference that he wants to fight Fathead Tiramisu. Talking about Khabib, he said he needs an ass whooping, and he says that he doesn't think that Dustin's going to be able to do it because Dustin tends to put his back up against the cage.
Yeah, he does.
He tends to let himself get backed up and gets his back against the cage. And that's exactly where Khabib wants you. He wants your back up against the cage. He wants to take you down and get on top of you. And although Dustin does have really good wrestling, and he should be able to stuff a few of those takedowns.
I mean, if you think about it, Al gave Khabib probably his closest fight.
Yeah.
I mean...
And he's got high-level wrestling.
Cowboy went through Al.
Mm-hmm.
Tony beats Khabib. I mean, you know, Tony goes through Cowboy.
MMA math, that works, and that's
makes
completely, but you never know. There's always an X factor. You know what I mean? You never know.
That's a funny way to put it. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't make sense that way, but it's like you might throw Tony in there and he might get bodied, and anything could happen.
I mean, for all we know, Khabib could get his first knockout win. I don't know if it's his first, but
that's the thing. That's
you
why,
just never know what's going to happen.
So
yeah, you never know what's going to happen. Really, but I very well think that Tony will get in there and get the win for sure.
I agree.
And I wouldn't be mad to see him get a knockout over Khabib. Not that I don't like Khabib. It's just like some of the stuff that he does and some of the stuff he says, I'm just like, I'm kind of tired of him, you know? Like, in his whole thing with Conor, like, he brings his boys in there to jump over the cage. Like, that shit, that really got to me, man. I don't know. I just didn't like seeing that, and I don't like the way he's, you know, he kind of carries himself.
I agree.
I'd kind of like to see him lose, but that's just me.
Well,
after that, co-main event, Valentina Shevchenko and Jessica Ai.
Yeah, we already talked about how that went.
I think
most brutal knockout. One of the most brutal knockouts I've ever seen.
Jessica almost killed somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, not Jessica, but
Jessica
Valentina.
Almost died.
Yeah. Jessica almost died, for sure.
I mean, she was out for like 2 minutes. Joe Rogan's like, she's still not up.
I was worried. Like, honestly, I was worried. I was like, oh my God, is she going to get up? Like, what would happen if she was like paralyzed or something?
Bro, if you go watch the replay, she fucking, it just looked like a fucking
shin to the forehead, man.
Head, bro.
It was insane.
Oh, shout out to Jessica Ai, though. You're a fucking warrior for even getting up from that.
Yeah, for sure. My thing, like, I don't know who beats Valentina unless Nunes comes down a weight division.
I think that's the only person.
I don't know who else can beat her. I don't know if anybody.
She's a savage, bro.
She's just like, she's so far above everybody else in that division. Like, she's levels above everybody else. Like, when you put somebody like that in there with her, and she just outclasses them and then knocks them out.
Yeah, and then after the fight, she was like, you get in a fight like this, you're gonna get knocked out like this.
Yeah.
It's just like you're a savage.
Man, I love watching her interviews because I don't know if it's because English.
I think she's a robot.
I don't know if it's because English isn't her first language, but like whenever they ask her a question, she goes on the roundabout way of answering and repeats the whole question reworded in her answer. It's so funny, like it's the way weird. I'll ask her something and she just like
about it. Maybe it's different. You know?
She explains it, but in explaining it, she repeats the question in a different way than the way. It's weird, man. Like weird. Watching her interviews makes me laugh. Like they'll ask her like a 5-word question that should require a few words to answer, and she gives them like 15 words. Like she just goes on this rant about this question. It's funny.
I don't get it.
But I don't know. She's fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm always excited to see Shevchenko fight.
Like I said, I don't know who beats her. I mean, I think if Nunes could possibly, if she decides to come back or come down to 125.
That's the only person I see beating her.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know who else. I don't know anybody at 125 that's going to beat her.
Nope. You're going to get knocked out just like fucking Jessica did, most likely.
Yeah. There's the one girl that fought on the prelims, or maybe the early prelims, the Caitlin Chukagian or something like that. She's the one. She was talking about one. She wants to fight her next. She just fought Joanne Calderwood the other night, beat her by decision. But she was saying something about wanting to fight for the title. And I mean, she's 12-2.
Honestly, I just think Shevchenko should move up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing down there for her, really.
I mean, or she could run the division like they were saying the Mighty Mouse need to do for so long. Just stay there and just keep beating everybody and just blowing your name up. You know what I mean? If she stays undefeated and just beats everybody that they give her at 125 and just racks in the money.
That's smart.
And if she keeps beating everybody early, she can fight more times a year.
That's true.
Shit like that.
I think that would be smart for her to do.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then main event, Henry Cejudo, Marlon Moraes. Man, I really went into this fight thinking that Marlon was going to get it done.
I thought Marlon was going to get it done too. Henry Cejudo, he showed us he does have heart. As
Oh,
much as
sure.
I wanted him to lose, and as annoying as he was at everything he does.
Oh, get ready for it now.
Oh, it's terrible.
He's not the champ. He's Triple
Can somebody
C.
just knock him out, please?
He's Triple C, bro. He's Olympic champion.
He's champ.
Olympic champion.
Champ. It's me and Conor McGregor.
For the first round, I mean, Marlon looked really good in the first round, but I think he wore himself out trying to beat Cejudo. He wanted to beat him, and if you look at like his last 3 or 4 fights have all ended in the first round. Like he hasn't had a long fight in a while.
Hasn't.
You know what I mean? He's beating everybody early.
He's knocked out a lot of guys.
And I think
those leg kicks he's got are brutal.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Henry's leg was so messed up. He's riding in a wheelchair after the fight.
Yeah, and he in the conference after he said he actually had an injury before. I
saw that,
but
I thought it was bullshit at first, but then I saw where one of his trainers would actually sent the picture.
He had like a sprained ankle or something.
Well, his ankle was like black.
Well, at the press conference, he said, "Y'all see me limping in here. It has nothing." I mean, he said, "Yeah, the cat's out of the bag. I had an injury before, but it has nothing to do with this." He said, "I'm limping because he kicked the shit out of my leg."
Yeah, I'm glad he owned up to it. When I first saw the sprained ankle thing, I thought he was just trying to make himself look better, saying he fought hurt. You see a lot of guys do that. They're like, "Oh yeah, I was hurt going into this," and it's like, "All right, man, like." I don't know if I believe you. It's weird that we didn't. You would think you would want people to know that, but going into the fight, let them know that you're hurt, so that it. You know what I mean? I don't know. It always just seems like they're trying to, make their name bigger by saying like, yeah, look, I beat him hurt. Imagine what I would do if I was healthy. Yeah. That's how I felt it was going to be. But then I saw where one of his trainers actually sent the picture of his ankle, like before, and it was like it was a huge bruise on his ankle. Like it was. And
Marlon gave him a lot of trouble though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The first round.
Did, and Cejudo said that he's like, dude, it's hard.
Yeah. Marlon was winning the first round for sure, and I think Henry was in trouble, and that's how.
Well, he had to abandon his game plan. He had to get in there and get dirty and take him down. You know what I mean? Like that's the only choice Henry Cejudo had, and he did what he had to do. Yeah, so I respect him for that. That
shows you how good he is to be able to
react in that
situation. To change his game plan on the fly. Like he goes in. Leaves the first round, goes to the second round or to his corner. He makes a new game plan. He adjusts things and he makes changes.
That's what you
and
have to
comes back in and wins the second round.
There's been times John Jones has had to abandon his game plan and just go in there and start doing his own thing, and that's why he's one of the best.
I mean, a win like that and being able to come back like that when you're losing a round, definitely it solidifies you how good you really are. You know what I mean? It shows how good he's an elite level fighter.
Exactly.
Whether people thought it before or not. to go up a weight class and dominate like that. Like, we've seen other guys go up a weight class and not. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of guys have moved up a weight class and lost their first fight.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. Like
Kevin Lee, Max. I mean, there's a lot of guys who've gone up and lost their next fight in a heavier weight class. Conor did it against Nate. You know what I mean?
Everybody's done it.
It happens. It happens a lot. And for him to go up and be able to win, it's impressive. Which, I mean, I guess... Well, no, because TJ came down. So, yeah, this was his first fight at 135. So, yeah. I don't know. He looked good. I'd like to see him fight at 135 again. I think he'll end up staying at 135 eventually.
Yeah, most likely.
I wouldn't mind seeing him go back down and defend at 125. But, if he decided to just relinquish the belt and stay at 135, I mean, it's smart.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
I think so, too.
He's not having to cut that extra weight. He's not having to,
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
That was a good fight. I mean, that was a good card, though.
Yeah, it was a really good card.
I really enjoyed the fights over the weekend. And
I mean,
also want to shout out to Jimmy Manuel. He retired.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Shout out to him. He had a good career.
For sure.
I really enjoyed watching Jimmy Manuel fight.
Yeah, I kind of felt like on this card, they could have waited a week. There's no card next week. They could have put Tony Ferguson, Donald Cerrone, and all the prelims on a card.
Literally,
and that could have been a pay-per-view in itself. Like that, the prelims were stacked. And then you got Tony Ferguson, Donald Cerrone as a headliner. I mean, this card was just so stacked. Like, I felt like they could have split it up a little bit and put these...
give us more fights.
Yeah.
I almost don't want to see huge cards stacked like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see Bieber.
There's no cards.
Tom Cruise fight.
Oh, my God. Jesus.
That's a stacked card. Main event, Bieber, Tom Cruise.
Oh, man, dude. I don't know.
Bieber called out, I want to challenge Tom Cruise to fight in the octagon. Tom, if you don't take this fight, you're scared and you will never live it down. Who was willing to put on the fight? Dana White, question mark. Dude. Gaethje comes out of nowhere. I'll fight both of you
Yeah, I'll fight both of you at the same time. And then you see homeboy from the YouTube guy. What's his name? The dude that fought...
Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Goofy something.
He said he was wanting to fight... he said, "Why are you trying to fight a 56-year-old man? Let's dance," or something like that. And that's when Gaethje comes in. He's like, "I'll fight both of you at the same time."
Yeah, it's so ignorant. I mean, why is that even a thing? Is Bieber just fucking around? Like, I don't get it. I really didn't look that much into it. I didn't really understand that, but I thought it was kind of funny.
Here comes Connor's like, "I want to fight Mark Wahlberg." For my UFC shares. What the fuck?
That makes no sense.
Oh man, it's a shit show. It's fun to read though.
I just love MMA, bro. I love the drama, all the stupid shit that goes on. It's just funny. I feel like the sport's growing more and more too. That's what I really, when you see people like Bieber, tagging Dana White and stuff, you're like, everybody knows what the UFC is, now. 10 years ago it wasn't as popular as it is now, and I just feel like it's growing more and more.
It wouldn't be a good move for UFC. I don't think they ever would. I don't think they'd sanction some shit like that, but it makes them, it just doesn't look good. I think as bad as it gets is
letting like a WWE guy come over and fight,
That's bad enough, and then you got some actors in there fight, or a singer and an actor, that's ridiculous. And I saw something where
Tom Cruise,
I saw one of the guys, or somebody who retweeted it or whatever, said that Tom Cruise was like a high level high school wrestler, or maybe even maybe even collegiate.
I mean,
so he would.
Doesn't he do a lot of his own stunts and shit?
Yeah, he does. And they said he's been training for like 30 years, and he was a really high level wrestler. So he probably
should fight. They're both just savages at life.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Let somebody else. Let fucking. Who's the boxer dude that puts on all the who did Tito and Chuck?
I don't know.
Shit, what's his name? I can't believe I'm blanking on this. Golden Boy. Golden Boy Promotions.
You're talking about
what's his name? Why am I blanking on this?
Oscar De La Hoya.
Oscar De La Hoya. Let him put it on. I'm sure he'll jump all over it. They got money. Why don't they just do it themselves? Record it, put it on YouTube, and get some ads for it.
Bro, I mean, Logan Paul and them, they made a shit ton of money off them
made a lot of
fights.
Money. If Bieber really wants to do it,
following them, that's all you need.
I don't know. I saw this thing where Chris Weidman said he thinks he's a threat to John Jones at light heavyweight.
No.
I don't know. I don't see it.
No.
I mean, he lost his last fight to Yoel Romero.
He also lost to Jacare.
And he just had neck surgery. You think you really want to come in and fight?
I think you're just ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
I think you might be losing your mind.
Did I say Yoel Romero?
Yes.
I meant Jacare.
Yeah.
He lost his last fight to Jacare. He lost to Yoel before that. I'm
Jacare beat the brakes off him too a little bit.
Yeah, knocked him out.
Yeah, and that's not the first time he's been knocked out either.
I mean, moving up a weight class, of course, you're putting on more weight, but man, John is just so elite. Like, you don't want to move up and then fight John.
Call out John?
And
you can't even call him out. Like,
Johnny Walker comments on it with the shit emoji.
Okay, well, let's set up a Johnny Walker Chris Weidman fight then. That's not bad.
Yeah,
that's a good fight for him. That's a good fight.
I wouldn't
for him
mind seeing
that.
First
he's
fight,
going to come there.
Yeah, first fight at light heavyweight. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah, fight Johnny Walker then.
Yeah.
If you want to, I mean, you think you're ready for John Jones, you might go in there and get worked by Johnny Walker.
If Johnny's shoulder is healthy.
Yeah.
Quit doing stupid dancing bullshit.
Right. Chill out, bro.
Yeah. Let's see if I had anything else. I felt like I had something else I almost wanted to talk about. Oh, the Battle of the Dime Pieces over in Bellator.
Dude, she's so bad.
Dude, Valerie Laredo, who fought here just recently, Dime Piece over there in Bellator. They're signing another girl named Larkin Dash, who is a Hooters girl, who's 0-1, and Valerie's 1-0, and they're supposed to be
pretty sure they're just setting it up because they're both hot.
Yeah, actually, they're fighting this weekend.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, June 14th.
I think that girl might be 0-2, but it's cool. She'll probably look hot doing it.
I mean, I went back. Yeah. I'm going to watch.
That's the only reason.
Because they're both dime pieces. So
hell yeah.
I'll be interested to see that.
Yeah. Ain't got nothing going on this weekend. I'll watch it too.
Yeah, I think there's Tyson Fury's fighting this weekend.
Oh, yeah, his fight is this weekend.
Yeah.
That's... Hope you don't lose. Honestly.
I mean, after seeing Anthony Joshua get knocked out, it's like...
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's bad juju for them to do all the stuff they're doing, making these guys fight, random people. I don't think it's going to be good. Yeah. But I think Tyson will get it done. He's one of those guys that's damn near impossible.
Yeah, after seeing how he looked against Wilder, I think he, more like
he can do it against just about anybody. Mm-hmm. But plus, he wants that Wilder fight again. Yeah. I think deep down they both want that fight again. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to happen. I think they're actually saying that's going to be the next fight early next year.
Yeah.
From what I've...
Well, Wilder's fought, Joshua's fought, and Tyson's about to fight. So it's like they've all got to fight in, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't want to see them fighting a bunch of guys, you know what I mean, before they face each other again.
And Wilder is, he's fighting Ortiz again, which is not going to be an easy fight, but I have a feeling that he's going to, learn from what happened last time, make some changes, and come in and probably get a lot earlier win than he did last time. I just actually rewatched that fight tonight. My dad hadn't seen it. We rewatched it on YouTube. And, Wilder was in trouble in that fight.
He was?
He got outboxed, and he was rocked a few times. Like in the 7th round, he got rocked pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, he gets him putting
he gets
Tyson,
10th round knockout, so...
Yeah.
Or TKO, really. He wasn't flatlined or anything, but,
No, but, if he doesn't knock down Tyson like he does at the end of that fight, Tyson Fury wins that fight.
Yeah, he'd win that by decision for sure. If it wasn't for the knockdown.
They got to fight again, but
the knockdown,
so good.
The two knockdowns, and especially that last one, are enough for me to give him a draw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Wilder definitely got outboxed in that fight. And, yeah. But this guy, Tom Schwartz, is who Tyson Fury's fighting. He is the current WBO Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. So he does have a belt. I didn't realize he had a belt.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to just give him, nobody.
I figured he was an undefeated guy or something.
At the same time, Tyson's so good that, anybody you give him is not going to be as good as him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. He's at the top.
Tom Schwartz is 24-0 with 16 KOs.
It'll probably be a good fight.
Yeah.
That's,
But that's
Tyson,
the thing. For a big dude,
guys.
his head movement and his footwork is so good for such a big guy. Like when he's fighting against Wilder,
he's unorthodox. Like you never know what he's about to do.
Like everything is like, dude, how are you moving like that for a guy that's like 6'9" or whatever he is?
Quick.
It's crazy.
That's why I've always loved Tyson.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, we got some stuff to look at this weekend anyway.
Yeah, there's I don't know what else is on that Bellator card, but the dime piece is all I really care about.
Are there any big fights on there? I don't think there was any big fights this weekend on there. Bellator. Change your name.
For sure.
It's boring.
Let's see.
They need to shorten it up.
Oh, this is the Rory McDonald Gracie.
Oh, that's this weekend?
Yeah.
I thought that was like...
It says June 14th.
Oh, it is then.
What?
Didn't he just fought though?
Is that right? No, I can't be right.
I'm pretty sure he just fought.
Shit, I don't know.
I ain't no telling.
Give me a second. I should have looked this up before. I forgot about it until just now while we were talking.
Yeah.
Is this Chael Sonnen and Lyoto Machida?
Oh, that's this weekend?
I think so.
Yeah,
Bellator 222. Shit, I don't know. I think that's the main fight this weekend. Yeah. Chael Sonnen and Lyoto Machida.
Lyoto Machida's going to go in there and handle him.
Yeah. Probably.
I don't know.
I saw something saying that Chael...
I'm not trying to be an ass.
I saw something...
you're way out of your prime.
I said Cron Gracie. It's Neiman Gracie.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. But that is this weekend.
Yeah.
So
Neiman Gracie
Rory McDonald, Neiman Gracie.
That's a good fight just because the Gracies are so good.
This is actually not a terrible card. You got Rory McDonald, Neiman Gracie's it's still the welterweight Grand Prix thing they're doing. That's the main card or the main fight. You got Lyoto Machida, Chael Sonnen, co-main.
That still might be a good fight. I mean,
Dylan Dennis, Max Humphrey. That Dylan Dennis kid that trains with Connor, the jiu-jitsu kid.
Oh yeah, he fights this weekend.
Yeah, he fights this Max Humphrey guy.
He's 1-0, isn't he?
Yeah, Dylan's 1-0. Max Humphrey's 3-2. And there's a few other guys on. Juan Archuleta, I know him.
A lot of people hate on Dylan, but the dude's good on the ground.
Oh, dude,
he's super good on the ground.
Really high level.
I saw somebody say if you took Dylan's jiu-jitsu and Connor's striking and Artem Lobov's heart, they were like, you would have the most savage fight.
For real, dude. That's no bullshit.
I mean, it's true though.
That's their three best. Like, yeah, I'd be down to see somebody like that.
Just put them together.
Aaron Pico's on the prelims.
Oh, there's some good fights on there.
Yeah,
Pico's tough.
You got the dime pieces on the prelims.
I like Bellator because they have some guys that are either up and coming, and a lot of guys start their career in Bellator.
Oh yeah.
And get a lot of fights under their belt before they do anything else or before they get bigger. I'm actually excited, dude.
Yeah.
I like Rory. I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and pick Rory to win because he's a savage.
Yeah, man. I won't ever pick against Rory.
It's just he's so good.
Rory's one of those guys that I love to watch.
But he's also fighting a Gracie.
And he's at that point right now where he's kind of like he's not sure if he wants to keep going or not, but he says he will. Yeah. This and that. But I don't know. I never want to see him lose. Really, I'm gonna pick him. I'm gonna pick him to win. What I was gonna say is Chael. I saw something saying where he says he doesn't have any plans to retire. He wants to go for a title shot. So you may be seeing him fight for a while.
Boring.
Even though he lost in the Grand Prix, but he made it pretty decent into it. He beat.
Yeah, he was always a good fighter. He gets on my nerves at this point. Like I just don't.
He's more of a voice.
Like watching him fight.
I did see where he's a big WWE guy. He loves wrestling, and I saw where he said something about they offered him $1 million to come.
The way he talks shit, he would be perfect for wrestling. Honestly,
that's where he gets it from.
Go find the WWE. I'd like you better over there. Honestly,
he's like Ric Flair. He takes that.
He can be funny. He can be goofy. He can be stupid. He can talk. Stupid shit. He's kind of cringy in a way, but at the same time, I think he'd fit in fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I could see Lyoto getting the win though.
He's 100%. I think gonna get the win.
He still looks young.
Yeah, he does. They've both been around for a long time.
And then I see Dylan probably getting the win in that.
Yeah. And he's just so good on the ground. He's gonna be one of. I think Dylan Dennis is gonna be one of those. He's gonna be a.
I see a submission win. Yeah. I just watched one of his highlights.
He might.
He's so composed when he goes to the ground. You know what I mean? He's so composed and he just knows everything to do.
Yeah, he's good, and that's what he specializes in. But he's gonna have to get good with the hands too, because that ain't gonna work with everybody.
Mm-hmm. And if it comes to the prelims, I think we win.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Valerie Loretta and Larkin. I'm ready to see that.
That's all I care about.
Dime pieces.
Right.
But I think that's about it, man.
Yeah, I think that's everything we got for this week, y'all. But hit us up on social media and reach out to us, anybody out there listening, and we'd love to hear from you. And this is episode 12 of Untrained Experts. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.